Welcome to day 149 of the 5 a.m. Squat Club. Now, I've been coaching health and fitness for 25 years, and aside from being in person with a great coach or a great community, this is the best way to improve your health and fitness substantially. If that's what you're looking for, you're in the right place. Let's get at it. We do this every morning, and we start before we move by priming our minds. Let's go for it. Come on. First thing, choose our first thoughts of the day. So this is how we start every day. What we're looking for is you're gonna come down into what we call our paleo squat. Right on the 5 a.m. Squat Club, first thing we do is squat. So grab yourself a counterbalance if you need, if you feel like you're gonna fall backwards, and hold that out in front while we choose our first thoughts so we're not chasing default thoughts all day. So first is I am responsible. And that's just taking accountability for my life, for my actions, for my responses. If I'm gonna get somewhere, it's gonna be up to me. If I'm going to fail, it's on me. I will take responsibility for my life. Next, I will make time between stimulus and response. You know, a great example when this thing, you can't see her there, is challenging, when she's doing silly things. You know, can I take a moment and remember, you know, what I like about this thing and not lose patience. Next is I have all I need to succeed today and will focus on progress over perfection. That gives you the faith or the confidence to take any step towards your goal, knowing that those small little steps added up over time are going to lead to the big goal, as opposed to looking at that big goal as one daunting task. So progress over perfection. And then the last one is I choose gratitude. And that's kind of the same thing with this critter here that you can't see. You know, I want to make sure that I'm not just thinking about the things that drive me a little bit crazy with her. I want to make sure that I'm seeing the positive. And the more I see that, the more I'm grateful for it. So I'm responsible. I'll make time between stimulus and response. I have all I need to succeed today and will focus on progress over perfection. And then I choose gratitude. And then once our minds are primed, time to start moving. All right, so every day we're gonna start with burpees. So we gotta get up off the floor. Megan, good morning team. Good morning, Jody. Let's do this. So our new first part of warm up is our 20 burpees. Because it is time to get up off the floor. All we're looking for here is walk yourself down or hop if you're feeling up to it all the way to the floor. And then let's just get up and celebrate the fact that we can do it. And we're gonna work through 20 here just to get the blood flowing. First thing, maple. Before we do our more specific warm up for today. And then what we have today, I think I mentioned it yesterday, the first EMOM is gonna be high knees, basically like a run in place. If you have space to run, you could do that as well. And then push-ups. It's been a few days now since we've done some push-ups. And then our opportunity work afterwards is gonna be some work on the push jerk. A little bit of technique, a little bit of skill work on the Olympic lifting. So I'm looking forward to working a little bit of speed. I'm not counting here, but we're gonna get about 20. Basically, once you feel like you don't wanna do any more of these, the heart rate's up and the breathing is going, then we'll call it and move on to our next step. But I hope you guys are having a beautiful morning so far. You slept well last night. We're excited about our Friday. I'm gonna get into the gym today. I think we've got a pretty high skill one with some heavy power cleans and muscle ups. Should be good. Let's get maybe 3 more here. Getting warm. What's the weather temperature like where you guys are at? Connecticut, DC. Oh, hey, Christy, Christy Rushing, you there? I know you've been following, but you don't comment. Comment if you're there. We'd love to know that you're there. Christy follows from Germany, so it's about 11 o'clock for her, but I know she's been following. All right, there's first step. We're gonna get our kind of general warm up here now. Excuse me. So 5 movements there, I'll walk through them with you. First, we're just gonna go knee raise, warming up the hip flexor, which is basically going to be our movement for today. We're gonna be alternating, obviously, at speed. From there, we'll get some hinging at the hips or good mornings, warming up everything around the posterior chain, the butt, hamstrings, low back. And we'll go into a reverse lunge, looking for a nice vertical shin at the bottom. Front heel is on the ground, and I'm pressing through both legs to come out of there. Kiss the back knee to the floor and go. From there, we'll go burpees, which we just did. And then last one will be some squats. So feet are underneath the shoulders, knees stay in line with the feet. We get the hips below the knees, and then come on out. So we'll go through 2 rounds there. If you've got a machine, you know, a rower or a bike erg or a treadmill or something you like to use, hop on there. You could even take us for a jog. Let's get the blood flowing, get ready. Good morning, Yaroslav. How you doing today, buddy? Get that blood flowing. And today's topic, today's theme is the best way to get in shape, or how to get in the best shape of your life. And I think those of you following so far, you know, are mostly in that CrossFit space, CrossFit world. You understand this. You know, I've been coaching for, well, since I was 16, and I'll be 41 this year. So that'd be 25 years. And, you know, I've done all the things. I've taught step aerobics. I've done Zumba. I've done hot yoga. I've done everything. I've done bodybuilding. I've done classes at high intensity interval training places. And, you know, if you do CrossFit, you know this already. It is the most efficient, effective way to get fit. And, you know, in an ideal situation, that involves being in person with good coaching and great community. And that's kind of the gold standard, the ideal. But, you know, if you're not in a place where there's a good affiliate around, or, you know, maybe you live in the middle of nowhere, or you're just busy as hell, and the act of driving to and from the gym, you know, adds an hour to your day that you just don't have. You know, I'm gonna go out there and say that this is pretty close to the next best thing. You know, if you could have maybe an online coach that was watching you the whole time, that would be more effective, because if there are some technique things that need to be worked on, they can see you. But aside from that, I mean, we're getting a little bit of community here with a slowly growing little team that works out every morning. So you've got that sense of accountability. And then we're doing constantly varied functional movements executed at high intensity, which is the prescription for fitness. Broad, general, inclusive fitness, GPP, whatever you want to call it. So pretty simple. If you want to get really fit and you can't get to an affiliate, it's pretty simple here. We're here every morning doing it together. Hi, Jody knows. Yaroslav and Sons, good morning. Are we all here, team? Okay, a few more reps, and then we'll get into the EMOM. I don't think we need too much extra warm up for that this morning. We'll do, obviously, once we get to the push jerks, a little bit of prep for that, but I think for this workout, I'm not gonna need too much. A few more squats. Anybody feeling stiff from yesterday's squats? How are we doing? Feel pretty good. Funny hips, but Not bad. Okay, feeling pretty warm. Jody says, I guess we do burpees on our own. Not sure I'm following. We do burpees all the time. You do some on your own at home, probably. And then Jody does ruck marches and a whole bunch of other stuff in the afternoons too. Fitness, all right. Where are we here? Next. Whew. As I'm talking about today's session, we're going EMOM, every minute on the minute, 10 minutes, alternating movements. So on the even minutes, we're going high knees, odd minutes, push-ups. And there are many different options for this, so let's chat. So depending on your fitness level, we'll start with those high knees. If you're feeling, pretty new to this or fatigued or whatever, we're gonna go with a walking pace. You can think about alternating the arm with the leg. You can turn that into a faster paced high knee walk. Or if you're feeling up to it, you can choose a duration where you're gonna go kind of high knees at speed. That one is going to jack up the heart rate substantially. So you can choose, 10 seconds, 15 seconds, 20, and then see if you can maintain it. And then the second movement, Yaroslav says, good morning, Jody and Megan. And then Spencer, good morning. And then for the push-ups, so a few options, obviously. You can go with, a manageable number. So generally what I would do is choose a number that I think I can maintain throughout these 5 sets. But I think since we've been doing all that push-up work recently, I'm gonna change it up personally and I'm gonna go with one big set. So I'm gonna see basically, I'm gonna go maybe a couple under failure each round and see how much that falls off. So realistically, the first set's gonna be bigger and they're gonna get smaller throughout, which is not typically the way I go. But I'm gonna play around with it for today. You can do something like that or choose a number that you think you can maintain and just keep that or increase it as you go. What we're looking for the push-up is a super, super tight, rigid position from shoulder to heel. And then everything kind of shifts forward at the shoulder, comes down till it touches the floor, and then comes back up as one rigid piece. If you're newer to these or a little bit weaker, it may look a little bit, broken. Personally, I would prefer that you take that and elevate the hands a little bit. So for example, a couple bumper plates stacked here, but this can be as high as you want. You can go up on stairs or a bench or a chair. But in essence, I've created the same position. I'm just elevating the floor so I can still maintain that nice, tight, rigid position, make contact and come back up without maybe having that waving movement from choosing an option that's a little too challenging. So you can keep, if you're brand new to like full push-ups, right? You're just getting there. You could do that. You could just do like 2 every second minute for the push-ups and really fight through those challenging reps, or elevate the floor and get a few more in. So I think I'm pretty much ready for this because burpees were good prep for the chest. We did some high knees. So we're gonna get going here in a sec. If you haven't already pressed the like button, Megan says, oh, it's going to be walking knee raises today. Hey, it's all good, right? Everything is good. You are here up early, changing your fitness, Megan. It's less about the option and the challenge you choose and more about the consistency of being here, right? The more times you do this, the more it's gonna become your default. And if you get 365 workouts in a year, if a couple aren't as intense, like that's okay. And I mean, obviously I'm not saying you need to get every single day, but if you're getting the majority of them, you're doing great. All right, team. So high knees first, let's do this. It's time.
I feel like
High knees.
I'm losing my
I think
mind.
that's a new song. Change it up a little bit.
Blind.
Okay, all right, team.
Please, Lord,
High
give
knees,
me a
push-ups,
sign,
10 minutes.
a sign.
If you haven't pressed like, do it. Let's do it. 10 seconds.
Like I'm losing my mind.
3, 2, 1, go.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient. Hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing. Sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown. Get in my way and you'll be put down. It ain't your place, all this my town.
Yeah, we'll go 20 on the first one. That's real. See, I would prefer to go outside and run. That may not be realistic. Wow, that's real. Maple, we're not gonna be too much again, are we? Ooh, yeah, that one's gonna be real. Go, 20-second sprint. 10. Hopefully you don't have one of these. Very irritating. 5. Practicing patience. 3, 2, 1.
Thirsty persons in different versions. Each new update, that shit worsens. Why? Pull back the curtain and you'll see the different vermin. We all have different burdens that all seem to cause disturbance. Yo, so do me a favor, don't treat me like a neighbor. Don't need the different flavors of your problems just to savor. I've got my own issues, I need a comb to get through. Don't need to groan with you, just go get your own tissue.
We'll go there. That was 21. Pulsing iron, let's go Adam. Good morning, Max. How you doing, brother? How was your workout? We're just getting going here. Discomfort on its way, 20 seconds. High knees next. Maple. Like I gotta watch the clock here. 10, Maple, go away.
That's it, the end of the song.
High knees here at speed. 5.
Trust me, there's nothing wrong.
3,
I just need to carry
2,
on, 'cause
1.
society's a myth. Put there to make you sit. Listen to what they give. Don't ask questions, shut your lid. Yeah, don't ask questions, shut your lid. I need to run away from this and go get off the grid. Feel like my brain is overloaded, man, I'm losing it. Don't let them tell you what to do, man, they don't know shit.
That is incredibly rough. Pulsing iron, good, thanks. Hope you too. We're just getting into it. That's 3 minutes in. So far, so good. Those probably look silly, but they are real. Let's get some fresh air in here. 15. I'm gonna try to maintain 20 push-ups. 10. Focus on rigidity through the push-up. Avoid any snaking. 3, 2, 1, to the floor.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient. Hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing. Sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown. Get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, all this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now. I'm losing it, I'm losing fits, I'm losing shit, a stupid myth. You choose to live,
those are getting rough too.
20.
20. So far so good, 4 down team. Heart rate's up high already. The push jerks will be lower intensity. 10.
There's no mercy in
Ready,
this
3,
world,
2,
just
1, go.
thirsty persons in different versions. Each new update, that shit worsens. Why? Pull back the curtain and you'll see the different vermin. We all have different
Try to get
burdens
the knees
that all
over the
seem to
hips.
cause disturbance. Yo, so do me a favor, don't treat me like a neighbor. Don't need the different flavors of your problems just to savor. I've got my own issues, I need a comb to get through. Don't need to groan with you, just go get your own tissue.
Spencer says back to push-ups, lol. Yeah, not just today. Oh my God, these high knees. Yeah, we probably won't do push-ups more than once a week now. If that. 10,
That's it, the end of the song. Next time you'll sing along.
5.
Trust me, there's nothing wrong.
All right, third set
I
of
just
push-ups.
need
3,
to carry
2,
on, cause society's a myth put there to make you sit. Listen to what they give. Don't ask questions, shut your lid. Yeah, don't ask questions, shut your lid. I need to run away from this and go get off the grid. Feel like my brain is overloaded, man, I'm losing it. Don't let them tell you what to do, man, they don't know shit.
Oh God, that was only 17. Chest is on fire. 2 more of each team.
I feel like I'm losing my mind.
What are you up to, Spencer? What are you doing right now?
Please, Lord,
Christy, you
give me
there?
a sign,
15.
a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the
5,
world blind?
3,
Please, Lord,
2,
give me a sign,
1. Let's go.
a sign.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown, get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, no, this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now. I'm losing it, the noose it fits, some loose shit, a stupid myth. You choose to live or choose to dip, you choose to fight or lose your grip and lose a gift. Oh.
I feel like I'm losing my mind.
Those are insane.
In the world blind.
Woo.
Please,
Hip
Lord,
flexors,
give me a sign,
cardio.
a sign.
Wow.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world
10.
blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign.
Second last set. 3,
There's
2,
no mercy in
1.
this world, just hunger-thirsty
Go ahead.
persons in different versions. Each new update, that shit worsens. Why? Pull back the curtain and you'll see the different vermin. We all have different burdens that all seem to cause disturbance. Yo, do me a favor, don't treat me like a neighbor. Don't need the different flavors of your problems just to savor. I've got my own issues, I need a comb to get through. Don't need to groan with you, just go get your own tissue.
I feel like I'm losing my mind.
Oh my God, that was only 15.
Everybody in the
Phew.
world blind.
30 seconds.
Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
Spencer, math before I fall asleep.
I feel like I'm
I had to
losing
find
my
out how the hashtags work.
mind.
I don't see any trolls.
World blind.
And you can see those hashtags, right? I did it. 10. Maybe I chose the wrong ones.
That's it, the end of the song. Next time you'll sing along.
5, last
Trust
set in
me,
high
there's
knees.
nothing wrong. I
Getting
just
wet over
need
here.
to carry
3, 2,
on, 'cause
1.
society's a myth put there to make you sit. Listen to what they give. Don't ask questions, shut your lid. Yeah, don't ask questions, shut your lid. I need to run away from this and go get off the grid. Feel like my brain is overloaded, man, I'm losing it. Don't let them tell you what to do, man, they don't know shit.
Shit. One more set of push-ups.
I feel like I'm losing my mind.
Spencer, what do you mean by math, by the way?
Everybody in the world
What do you
blind.
mean by math before bed?
Please, Lord,
Is that just a
give
joke?
me a sign, a sign.
10, last set of push-ups.
Like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the
5,
world blind?
3,
Please, Lord,
2,
give me a sign,
1. Let's do it.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown, get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, no, this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now. I'm losing it, the noose it fits, some loose shit, a stupid myth. You choose to live or choose to dip, you choose to fight or lose your grip and lose a gift. Oh.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
Good job, team.
I feel like I'm
Well done. Take a minute, walk around. Jody says, my hashtags on my Instagram post got lots of eyeballs yesterday. I don't know. I think we're talking about YouTube though with the tags. Maybe it's different. Jody, maybe your post was just really good. Wow. We're gonna need a minute before we go overhead here. Take a minute, walk around, team. Catch your breath. Hopefully you feel the same way that I do. Upper body's a little bit sauced. And then even my guts right now kind of feel nauseous. Spencer says, what do we say, Spencer? Yes, I can find CrossFit and fitness work. The rest aren't going to do anyway. I would suggest a lot of them and let YouTube pick gym, health, workout. Okay. Ooh, I kind of feel like I'm gonna poop myself. Sorry for that, but those jerks are the high knees. Jody says, it was a picture of you, lol. Yeah. It's gotta be because it's coming from you. People like you. Okay. No rush. Keep catching your breath. We're gonna talk about the push jerk in a sec here. But take a minute. Yaroslav, you heading out? Awesome workout, everyone. Got to run. Funny thing, my son said his schoolmates and his dad are working out with you too. No way. Not sure if they join live or not, but that's pretty cool. That's super cool, Yaroslav. I'd be curious to know who they are and if they are joining live. That's wicked. I mean, obviously, the more people that join live, the better. You know, the better for me, the better for you guys. But if you can't, do it when you can. It's fantastic. Okay. Jody says, definitely felt the hangs from yesterday. I like it. And are you feeling that mostly in your grip in your hands? Or is it forearms, shoulders, that kind of stuff? Whoa, that's not what I meant to do, sorry. Okay, team, let's talk about some push jerks. You can see this. So what, I guess it all depends on kind of what our level of experience is with these movements. I personally love the Olympic lifts. Maple, let's go in here. From there, just for their ability to produce power, right? If you're unfamiliar, power is work over time. So the more weight you can move, the further, the fastest, the more powerful a movement is. Let's see here. Megan says, my hips hate me today. Oh man, I felt those hip flexors for sure. Is that from today? Megan, you took a rest day yesterday, right? Not from the squats. And then Jody, shoulders during the push-ups. Yeah, the push-up was rough. Okay, so let's talk push jerk here. And you can do this with a dumbbell or a barbell. I'm gonna give a quick demo and then we'll talk about what we're aiming for. So the skill that we're gonna talk to, that mic's gonna get hit, is we're gonna go push jerk with a pause in the catch. So it's gonna look something like this. Notice I'm receiving and staying there before I stand up. So I'll give a couple more. It's gonna look something like that. But let's talk technique here first. And I'll show the dumbbell as well. Obviously you can do that with the dumbbell too. Same thing, dumbbell on the shoulder. Receive, stand. So if you know the general shoulder to overhead progression series, you know we go from least weight with a strict press to a little bit more weight capacity with a push press, a dip drive press. And then this last one is a push jerk where we get to use the legs to move the weight, so a dip drive. But then once that weight gets moving, we're moving back under it, receiving it, and then standing up. So our focus here today is going to be that receiving position and making sure that the elbows are straight, before we stand that weight back up. Because oftentimes what happens when we're new to this, we're not thinking about it, is we get this like catch and then stand and press at the same time. So as I'm saying, our main focus is going to be receiving that bar with bent knees, straight elbows, and then standing it up. So we're gonna keep this relatively technical and aim for just a few reps every minute. That way we can talk about them and not be too fatigued to be able to move well. So let's take, sorry about that noise. Let's take a few minutes here, and if you have a barbell, let's start getting that set up, and then we'll get doing this. Spencer, I gotta hit the hay, catch the end of the morning. Thanks so much, Spencer, for joining. Have a great sleep and a great session tomorrow, or today, or whatever. Megan says, I have 2 labrum tears. Ooh, sheesh. So what do you feel, Megan? Where do you feel discomfort, and what does it feel like? And are there certain movements that you modify or that you skip? Or do you just kind of not do them as often, take it easy with it? What does that look like? Because we don't want to train through pain, but at the same time, we don't want to not move, right? Okay, so I'll do a few of these. I'll probably go a little heavier. So take some time and get up to whatever weight you're considering. Yeah, that feels pretty nice. I'm gonna go a little heavier than that. Hopefully we're setting up our bars here, getting ready. Be nice to have some weights that aren't, you know, maybe some that are less than 25 pounds here, because then I could go in between. But it is what it is. Might go 125 here. If you want, you can start a little bit lighter and add as we go, as you get more comfortable with the movement, with the positions, or just the shoulders loosen up a little bit, depending. Oh my God, sorry. Megan says, inside hips, had 1 repaired and a revision to all, need a revision to all movements. Hey, that's okay. What, do you know what the cause of those issues were? Were you a runner or something, Megan? Or some physical work or something? And I mean, what's great is that doesn't stop you, right? You're not saying, oh, I have this thing and as a result I can't exercise. You find a way, right? You modify, you do what you gotta do, wow, to get to a place where you can still train, because life requires it. Okay. Yeah, this is gonna be better. Yeah. Okay, team. Whew. You guys ready to go? Kind of guessing you are, since I take a long time, I feel like. It's hard to know whether I'm going fast or slow without seeing anybody else. Okay. I think we're good. You guys all press like so far? 4. Kenneth. Kenneth, we're gonna do some push jerk work here, man. I think it was you. We were talking about Olympic weightlifting, weren't we? So feel free to grab a dumbbell or a barbell and hop in what we're gonna do here for 10 minutes. Because we're gonna go to the pause push jerk. So a dip drive, press under, we're gonna receive, pause for a sec, and then come back up, maybe 3, 4, 5 a minute, depending on what load you've chosen. Let's do it. Whew. Yes, sir. Let's do it. All right. 10 seconds. Once again, keep the reps manageable. We're not aiming to be exhausted here, just quality movement. 2, 1. Pause and that catch. Nice vertical dip. Pause. Stand. Dip drive. Drop. Pause. Stand. There we go, about 4. I don't want to be exhausted. Just want them to look good. There we go. That might be more tiring than I thought. 20. If you can think about staying vertical in your dip as opposed to hinging, that's going to set that bar path up to be received well overhead. 5, 3, 2, 1. Oh, I really wish I could dump that barbell. Jody says that pause is awkward for sure. Oh, for sure. That you were saying for her. Yeah. Yeah, if the shoulder mobility is tight, this will be a struggle. But this is the move. This is where a lot of people mess up a push jerk and they catch it and they press it out. This is a great way to practice getting under the bar, using the legs. 5, this is more tiring than I thought. 3, 2, 1. Holy moly. 3 down. Woo! Good job, team, so far. How those feeling? You with us, KDL? Megan, how are the shoulders? You don't have to answer during this. 20 seconds. We are sweaty. 15. 5, 3, 2, 1. Go. I just do that's fact and I don't feel no shame. It's a mood you lack. I go crazy. Nah, I ain't lazy. Track after track, I run the shit daily. Pass me the jack, right as fuel got me hazy. Got to unpack all these shit I've been chasing. I've got visions in my head, like memories after death. To be a legend instead. Why does it took that long? I'm living up every breath. I'd rather 4 down. I'll feel the seeds as I spread with every word that I've said. $15. 10. I can smell myself. 3, 2, 1. Halfway. 5 more sets. Ooh. I don't know if I'm out of shape. I don't know what's happening. Fatigued. $20. 10. 5, 3, 2, 1. Six down. 4 to go. You guys doing great. Oh, Jody, I may need a nap too after this. No rest for the wicked. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1. Oh, the barbell loves me. Jody, don't go supine, it'll be game over. I can't anyways. I got chores, and I gotta go to the gym. Gotta coach. 3 more, team. 20. 10. Excuse me. 5, 3, 2, 1. We're sweaty. 2 more, team. Kenneth says, some eggs and a nap. Keep it up. I will have eggs for sure. No nap though. 30 seconds. Never nap. It'd be nice, but unrealistic for me right now. 20 seconds. I don't know why I underestimated this so much. I thought this would be kind of like nice, easy technique work. I'm out of breath. 5, second last set. 3, 2, 1.
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, do the game, win it life, have no shame, no time, feel the pain, hit the grind, I could change.
Ooh, one more. One more. Oh man. I feel like I've been swimming here. My shorts are drenched. 30 seconds. One more. 20. Sorry about that yawn. Hey, Maple. Last set. 10 seconds. 5, 3, 2, 1.
They want to say my name, but they holding back. They want to say they hate, but they know it's cap. I ain't playing no games. I just do that's fact, and I don't feel no shame. It's a mood you lack. I go crazy.
There we go. Wow.
I work on the shit daily. Pass me the jack, right as fuel, got me hazy. About to unpack all these things I've been chasing.
Good job. Good job, good job, good job, team. Holy. Let's catch our breath. Think about the great job you did. How are we feeling, team? How was that? Are you guys as tired of me as me? Whew. Perfect start to the day. Take a minute and breathe, team. Good job. Wow. I could probably wring that shirt out, fill a glass of water. Megan, Jody, Kenneth, how was it? How are we feeling? All right, we're gonna get into couch stretch. So grab yourself, I don't know, a mat or a shirt, something softish. Put that near the wall. We're gonna get the shin up the wall. If you're not feeling as flexible, bring the knee further forward away from the wall. I can't see that, can you? Stop it, Mabel. So if you got the flexibility here, if not, pull the shin away. And then we're gonna step out in front, open up that hip flexor. Stop it, Mabel. Jody, it's a steam bath here in Connecticut. And then Megan says, good. Megan, are you in air conditioning? You in an air-conditioned building? Maple, go away. Yeah, it's been extremely humid here the last few days. I've been getting up and it's been crazy foggy outside. Guess this is transition. The old bye-bye summer transition. Oh, this dog. Jody, I appreciate the pause. While unnatural, it felt good to break and focus on form. Love it. I love it. Yeah, if that feels unnatural, should probably do it more. Are you guys typically split jerkers, or is that a common movement for you? I find the ideal should be to practice everything, right? I don't want to just have a push jerk or just have a split jerk. For me, CrossFit is about broad, general, inclusive, not being a specialist. I mean, personally, as a coach, I want to be able to demo everything at least once really well. I don't necessarily need to have crazy capacity in everything, but I want to be able to at least do a few reps of each thing really well to be able to demo. Kenneth says, same here. Windows, sweat, and fog past few mornings. Yeah. Say windows, sweat. And where are you at, Kenneth? What state? Jody, I love clean and jerk. Yeah. It's funny when we, this is how old school, I guess, our gym is. I found an old shirt. One of our original shirts that we made would have been in 2012, back when CrossFit was a little less popular, a little less common. And the back of the shirt said, when I get tired of snatches, I jerk it. And it's so funny because back then, that's when all the shirts were like that. Everybody's CrossFit gym shirts had some funny saying on it. We had one that was less funny that said Hercules trains here because my dog's name was Hercules. But that's, I don't know where I was going with that. Jody says, I love clean and jerk. Yeah, ditto. And maybe that's where that shirt idea was from. When you can no longer put it overhead in one movement, do it in two. Kenneth says, I lean towards push more, North Carolina. Yeah, so I'll give you my 2 cents on that. In my opinion, the push jerk is the precursor to a split jerk, right? A split jerk is an easier position to get into, a more vertical torso, less shoulder mobility required. So if you can do a good push jerk, generally you can do a good split jerk. You know, the push jerk is probably harder to get full extension during the drive as well than the split jerk. So, you know, in a sense, it's more complex. It's a little bit, Maple, what do you got there? It's a little more technical almost, except for the foot movement, obviously, in the split. But what I've found is that if you do a good job with the push jerk and you focus on that and, you know, make sure you learn it well, the split jerk is easier, but it doesn't really go the other way. You know, if you're practice the split jerk over and over and over again, then you try to learn a push jerk, it's not necessarily as easy. Jody, same as KDL, windows all foggy in house and car. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. The air is cooling, the ground is still warm, and we've just been basically like sitting on the dew point. Crazy humidity. How long have we been in this position? Oh, my hips are feeling tight. Okay, we're gonna get out of here. We're gonna do one for the shoulders, and then we'll call it a day. Today's Friday, tomorrow Sandbag Saturday. And oh yeah, we're talking about basically how, and this is kind of like a concept that came to me when we started farming, that regenerative ag, and I know we talk about it a little bit, but the act of healing the ground to produce healthier soil, healthier food, and and CrossFit are the same. You know, they're an extension of each other. They are, you know, part of the same big picture. So that's tomorrow's topic. Let's we're gonna get into one more stretch here. Let's do this. We'll go arms up the wall and then just drop the chest. And I'm gonna try to have the mic here somewhere that you can hear me. Hopefully you can hear me here. So we'll go arms up and just drop the chest. You can walk the knees back if you want a little more. I guess if you're watching that one camera, you just see my butt. So be it. Kenneth, farm talk tomorrow. Yeah, it's going to be, the talk is going to be basically about the parallels between this, you know, functional movement, CrossFit specifically, and regenerative agriculture. You know, it's something that I've been thinking about a lot, and to be honest, like the way that I see it as a, and I don't want to get into it too much because I want you guys to come back tomorrow, but you know, the way I see it as an affiliate owner is that becoming a regenerative farmer while still being an affiliate owner and a coach and promoting that is a natural extension of CrossFit. So without saying too much, that's the talk for tomorrow. This is actually pretty unpleasant right now. How are we feeling in the shoulders? Oh, this one almost feels like work right now. Oh, his shoulders are fatigued. Should probably do one more of those. Don't put in handprints on the wall too much. What have we missed today? Hopefully you guys all liked the video. Thanks for showing up, Kenneth. We'd love to have you every day, man. And yeah, join the free school group. Kenneth is in there already. Megan's in there. Our most consistent Jody is still not there. Oh, we'll get there. Oh, and then here, Megan and Kenneth, we're trying to work on Scott from Clydesdale to come join us. He's in the same time zone. Let's get into it. He says he's doing Sentinel, which is great, doing it by himself or with his wife, it sounds like. But you know the power of the community. So if you guys want to nag him a little bit, or anybody else that you think might fit well with this time zone and, you know, need to get their butt in shape a little bit, feel free to nag them. Megan, need this farm talk for my future cow herd. I love it. Hey, and that's like, you're going to see, we will talk about that. We're going to talk about bison as well, or buffalo, or depending on what state you are, whatever you want to call them, and how their impact on North American soil can be replicated with cattle. But yeah, I won't get too much into it today, but that's tomorrow. Okay, one more thing before you go off and start your days, right? Well, I guess this is starting your day. It's homework time. And let's do this. Let's talk about our homework. I'm going to use Megan as an example here for a sec. What did she say? You can do both. I do Sentinel too. Do both what? Farming? Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Kenneth, I'll get on Scott too. Awesome. Yeah, Megan, like, I don't know if, well, and this is to all of you, I don't know if any of you are committed to any program. But like, I'm willing to do anything. Like, I'd be willing to follow Sentinel if we wanted to do that, if everybody was on board. I'll obviously have to take a peek at it and see what kind of modifications need to happen. You know, I'm not going to be doing any muscle ups in here or rope climbs or, I don't know, say walking lunges. Let's see, how many could I get in here? 1, 2, 3. I could go there and back. But obviously with limited space, we would do some modifications, but I mean, we could play around with that. So if that is, you know, important to you, if there's a certain program you like, discuss that in the school group. Come join, we'll talk about that. And then yes, Megan, we're gonna talk about you here. Not specifically about you, but just the idea if you've got a goal. So this homework section is about designing our lives, right? It's about taking a peek or a look under our conscious thought a little bit and seeing, hey, where do we want to be? Where's the life that we would be proud of, that we're going to look back on and say, yes, I did what I was supposed to do, what I was meant to do, what I wanted to do on this planet. And in order to do that, you need to carve out the time and make those steps towards that goal. So we'll use an example here. Hopefully you don't mind me sharing, Megan. It sounds like Megan's got a few years before retirement from the military, and just cut me off if I'm saying too much here. And sounds like she's also finishing a PhD or a master's. Either way, I'm sorry for the details. And then it sounds like, you know, there's a new step coming in her life. And we're going to just do it funny here. You know, she talks about the potential of having cattle. And maybe this is a joke, but, you know, we can use that anyways. Obviously, I see the value in having cattle, but say that was the goal, right? So we're just going to use it as an example. Megan wants to become a rancher, right? And her life right now is not that. What we would do is we would see that picture in our minds. We would look at, hey, where does this ranch, where do I want this ranch to be? Who do I want to be around me? How many cattle do I want this to look like? Like, what do I want all this to look like? You see that picture in your mind, and then we break it down. So if Megan's goal is to have cattle in 5 years, you know, where does she need to be in 4 years to be there? Where does she need to be in 3 years to hit that 4 year? And so on and so forth until we come down to, hey, where does Megan need to be in 1 year to be on track to hit that goal? And maybe what it is, you know, for that first year, she needs to, her goal needs to be choose a breed of cattle. So what we would do to get there is break that down into a daily task. You know, 30 minutes, an hour every day, we're going to research cattle breeds. And, you know, on Thursdays, we're going to go out and meet a cattle breeder. And on Tuesdays, we're going to drop spreadsheets. You know, forget all the details, but that's the goal. I can break it down. And then if I do those steps daily, I'm going to get there. Maybe buying cattle and having cattle is not a perfect example of this, but it's just what come to mind because I love cattle. Oh, Kenneth, you know critters? You know, I like cattle and I'm learning more about them, and Megan and I have been talking. Kenneth said, go Highland, mini Highland. Okay, so you guys obviously know a little bit about cattle. There's a dude just behind us, a couple farms down, they have Highland. And that's definitely within the realm of the type of thing that we have. So right now we have, and all the cattle, some emotional support cows, they're good. They're good. They're pretty awesome. When they're calm and like you just sit out there with them while they're grazing, that sound of them taking their tongue and wrapping it around the grass and ripping it off and just, it's crazy peaceful. It's very meditative and very calming. And I'll probably talk about it a little bit more tomorrow, but like, that's how we're meant to be, right? We evolved with these critters, and you know, their impact on this planet is one that allowed us to evolve the way that we have. You know, so to say that we're supposed to be disconnected from those things would be crazy. But on the Highland cattle, if you don't know what these are, let's see if I can see if I'm good enough for the internet to pick this up. We've got what are they called? Low-line Angus cattle, which here, let me just see if I can show you a picture of these things. I don't know if I know how to do this. Watch this. See if I have this skill. That's not what we want. And there we go. Look at that. So those are Highland cattle. They are furry. I think they're generally from Scotland. And they are, so the world that I live in with this regenerative ag, we want critters that are highly adapted to turning forage into meat, right? The conventional industry wants giant framed animals that will put on meat and fat very easily when stuffed with high energy corn and grain and whatnot. Whereas the type of critter that I want gets fat on grass, right? So they're generally thinner bones, shorter critters, closer to the grass, and they convert forage to meat far better. Highland are in that category. Highland are also excellent for eating the types of things that, you know, most, North American cattle breeds do not. You know, they're a lot better foragers. They'll eat more forbs, weeds, broadleaf as opposed to just grasses. So they'll do better on, a lot more natural spaces, especially with their tree cover, and just a variety of food. So the Highland is definitely a critter that if we were ever to breed cattle, we would consider them, or the low-line Angus, or maybe a South Pole or something like that. But obviously part of that is management as well. You can take Highland and put them in a feedlot and feed them grain, and over the generations they're going to become less and less efficient at converting forage to meat and fat. But generally those breeds are they're a lot better on grass as opposed to the feedlot system. Let's see here. I feel like I said a lot of things and didn't pay attention to what you guys were saying. Mini Highland. Yeah, I mean, maybe a mini Highland could be a good idea, but what I understand is basically like you've taken the runts and bred them together, and I don't know if that's what I want. But I think, as I've said before, I don't plan on breeding cattle anytime soon. Currently, what we do is we buy in what we call stockers in the spring, summer, and then we feed them. Well, we run them with the sheep for the summer, and then I've got a butcher coming in December 6th or something, and we're going to put animals in the freezer. We keep the sheep flock and we breed them, and we're growing that as our resident flock, but we don't, currently we don't breed cattle. What do we say here? Grew up in Montana, so love all of them. That's fantastic. That is big country. That is not, has a very different situation than what we got here. Likely out there, you're probably, 10 acres to the cow, maybe more. I mean, there's some places out in the, we call them prairies. What do you call it? Shoot. Whatever, the flyover states, sorry, that, it might be 50, it might be 100 acres per cow because of low moisture. Whereas out here, you might be able to have a cow per acre kind of thing. Definitely different environment. Ken, I think I'm going to take the family up to a Highland farm that lets people come and visit next month. Yeah, that's pretty cool. They are, they're interesting, and depending on where they're raised, like you could definitely, or by who they're raised, you can have pretty friendly critters, and yeah, they're pretty neat. Just be careful with the horns. Even if they are very friendly things, when they move those things around, you could be severely damaged. Jody, big animals, yeah, they're like big cuddly things. Do you have to plant special grass for them? No. Well, there's a lot of nuance in that question. If you have healthy ground, which, most people don't, just because farmland is so degraded, we've been so extractive for so long that the soil is not super healthy, and as a result doesn't produce the variety of forage and the nutrient density in the forage. But to answer your question, I don't, right? Especially for our sheep, my goal is to create an adapted critter, meaning they do well in this environment without being propped up by, special feeds or supplements or whatever. So as ruthless as this may sound, if a sheep, doesn't make it in this environment, meaning if they don't produce lambs every year without any supplement, they're cut from the breeding program, so that eventually we end up with a flock, or if we're doing cattle, a herd of animals that will thrive in our environment, just like a natural critter would do, right? If you look at deer in your environment, right, like they don't need to be pampered. They live and thrive, right? In nature, nothing just gets by. If you just get by, you die and you don't evolve. They only thrive. So we want to, as much as possible, while still having critters that we can manage, make them as wild as possible. I don't know if that makes any sense to you. Kenneth reminds me of Bible times. Worked for them. Yeah, I mean, those would have been, well, for the most part, pre-agriculture. Obviously, in certain areas they were planting and tilling and all that. But the earth, was, and these creatures, we'll use the bison or the buffalo, for example, they co-evolved, right? The soils that we have in North America and the fertility that, we used to have came from those migrating herds of ruminants, right? And the severe impact that they would have on an area and then move off and maybe not be back there for a year is the impact and rest required to create healthy soil, and healthy soil creates healthy forage, and healthy forage creates healthy animals, and then healthy animals create healthy humans, and so the cycle continues. 3-to-1 cow to people ratio. That's the kind of state you want to live in. In the place where there are less people than livestock, that is the way. I feel like, somewhere like New Zealand might be nice for that. No predators as well. They don't have any coyotes or foxes or all the things that kill my lambs. It'd be pretty cool. Jody, Megan, Montana to DC, 2 completely different settings. I'd love to visit Montana. I laugh at that because you're not saying I'd love to visit DC. Why is that, Jody? Less cool than the wide open skies of Montana. Megan, it was a huge shock. Jody, let me know. You've always got a place to stay. Fantastic. Megan, I'm assuming DC is just for work. You didn't choose that because of the beautiful scenery and lovely people. I'm assuming. Okay, team, let us get moving here. Let's get on our day. I don't want to be late for the gym. So tomorrow we've got Sandbag Saturday. We talked about that a good deal. We're going to talk about basically the evolution or the continuation of understanding and how CrossFit and regenerative ag are, they're two sides of the same coin. That's not the right way to say it, but they're both in the same direction, healing us, healing the planet, whatever you want to call it. I think that's it. I think we did it. Make sure that you have liked. I think you already did. And let's share. Let's get Scott. Let's get everybody. Anybody who's willing to get up this early, let's get them coming with us. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. We got to thank Sev. Someday we're going to have to get Sev on here at 2 a.m. and thank him for all these people who are joining us. 5-sided puzzle palace. Good morning. Is that Georgia? We missed ya. I don't know. G. Maybe that's Georgia. All right, team. Until tomorrow, Sandbag Saturday. Have yourselves a fantastic Friday. Let's go. Love you guys. Peace.